Hello, darlings. It is time for your Infinity Garden update. So this is the layout for this year. You can see I've got kind of still the two wings, like the west wing and the east wing, I call them, but there's like a little path in between each. And I went all from starters rather than from seeds this year, which is why it looks a little bit more well laid out. In future, I recommend going from starters, whether you grow the starters yourself or you pick them up somewhere, hopefully at a local store rather than at some big place like Home Depot. I am growing a wider variety this year, and I decided that since I don't get a lot of direct sunlight, I kind of abandoned tomatoes last year, but this year I'm going to try just cherry tomatoes, so I've got some of those. I've got pole beans and bush beans. You can see I use these broken arrows for the pole beans. And I also have, of course, tons and tons of kale. I have some curly kale and, of course, the staple dinosaur kale. You can see I've got plenty of mint and plenty of oregano. Growing a few flowers this year. These are begonias. And, of course, more kale, you guessed it. And some of the tomatoes. The potatoes inside that big planter there are already coming up. Here we've got some lavender and also some other herbs. Keep in mind, this is all done in 5-gallon buckets and other repurposed plastic and fabric containers. And a couple of grow bags, of course, just in a New York City backyard. It is absolutely possible to grow a significant amount of your own fresh produce in the city, wherever you are. And if you don't have the space yourself, you can always find someone who has the space and you can contribute either time or money to their efforts and share. Resistance is fertile and things will get worse before they get better, so the more we do, the better off we'll all be. It's only us. Cut to, here we are on the 16th of July, and this is what it looks like here now. We started back in June, like right around the first day of June or so. And yeah, at this point we are in what I call eaten season, where I don't have to buy, any produce anymore, where I can just go out back and pluck basically anything green that I need. When I started this 7 years ago, people told me I would not be able to grow enough food in a New York City backyard to make any difference at all. And this just goes to show you that there is so much more possible if we don't let this system winnow away our imagination. When I say resistance is fertile, I mean real resistance. I don't mean #resistance. I mean thinking of ways to go around the system to provide each other with what we need, to make sure that the next day is going to be better than the last. Ignore their ads, ignore their politicians, ignore their celebrities, and lean on each other. Start to build community, online and offline, because a lot of you aren't going to be able to find people who live right around you with whom you can safely build community right now. But the connections you start today, like these plants, will grow and will be able to feed you and those that you decide to share it with. The system just uses us. Let's show them that we don't need them.